Hello, everybody. It's Laura.A.Key, the Realty Goddess out of Los Angeles, California. And today, here I am. Hi, Miss Gypsy. We're going to talk about what type of sales you're going to see. I'm going to get my little list here so that I don't forget anything. As you can see, we're going to have a little bit of coffee in the description. It shows coffee, so let me share coffee with you. First, I want to thank everybody for joining me and those who are watching the rebroadcast. Hi. One of the things that I do as a real estate agent, thank you for the love, is to educate the buyers, because an educated buyer is a happy homeowner. And so I have classes every month, and you would be surprised about how many things people don't really know. So I decided to share this information with you because if you're interested in purchasing a home, this information you will find valuable. Now, I've already done a broadcast about why it's important to be pre-approved instead of pre-qualified. Yeah, that's very important. Hi, Jules. Noah, yay, thank you. So let's discuss what some of the types of sales that you're going to see out here, because in California, you may have all sorts of different things that may slow down the process. So first, let's talk about standard sales, okay? Standard sales is just when there is a real buyer and a real seller. The seller is not in any kind of distress. He's not being forced to sell the home, and that is the easiest type of sale that you're going to have. You negotiate your contracts, you move forward, no one has to give approval other than the seller of the home. That is the easiest. If you can get that, best way to go. Most of our market right now are standard sales. We're no longer in a depressed market. We are definitely in a seller's market, which means the sellers have most of the power. Which means sometimes when you ask for closing costs and things like that, the seller can say no because they most likely have had multiple offers on their property. Okay? Standard sale, easiest one to do. All right? Let's talk about short sales. All of these things you're going to see in the MLS. You know, you've already been looking online for homes, and you may see these terms in the description of the property. So let me tell you something. There is nothing short about a short sale. The only thing that is short in a short sale is what the owner currently owes on his mortgage. If his property is no longer worth what it was when he purchased it, he has to get approval, he or she has to get approval to sell the home. So just because the owner of the home says, yes, I'll take your offer, he may still owe, let's say, $100,000 on the house because he bought the property before we had the bubble. Now, he has a choice to come to the table with that $100,000. But if they don't have it, they have to ask the bank. So within that process, the seller has to give the bank additional information about why they need to short sell this property. And that usually means someone has either passed away, you've lost your job, medical reasons, all sorts of reasons. Maybe they have to move because of a job and they have to sell their home. So a short sale can be done, but you have to ask the bank for their approval. Now, this can take a little while. It used to be that it would take months upon months upon months to get an approval, but now they have it down to a science pretty much. So usually you can have an answer within 45 to 90 days from the bank. Now, you have to remember, sometimes people have a first mortgage and a second mortgage, and if they are short on both, that's going to increase your time while your offer is being looked at. Typically, I tell my buyers, if you're looking at a short sale, nothing is accepted, so we still have to continue to look just in case the bank comes back and says that they're not going to sell or it's not what you wanted that was close to your offer. Okay, so remember, short sales are not short. Okay, let's talk about REO. that is real estate owned, that is also known as bank owned. This means that the property has been foreclosed upon and now it is owned by the bank, okay? So now you're dealing with banks. There are a little bit of separate paperwork that you need to do. The bank doesn't know anything about these homes, so 9 times out of 10 you'll be signing additional addendums when you put your offer in order, to the bank. And the bank will look at it and see if it's something that they're willing to take. Now, sometimes they will accept you asking for closing costs. In this market right now, most properties are going for asking price or over and with no closing costs. So be prepared for that if you're buying a house right now. All right, so we talked about standard, short sale, and REO. Okay, let's talk about trusts. A trust can be a living trust, and it could be a trust where someone has passed away. But there are 2 types that you need to pay attention to. There is full and there is limited. A full trust sale means that an executor or executress has been chosen, and they can say, yes, I'll accept this offer, and we'll put it before the judge and we'll continue to move on. Those are the best kind to get. If you have a limited trust, meaning there is no executor, your offer must be put in front of a judge in order for him to approve. Now, the thing that is different with that is someone can actually show up at the court date and say, but judge, I'm willing to give you X amount of dollars. Now, they have to do it in increments that is approved by the court. So they just can't come in and say, I'm going to offer you $501,098. That can't happen. It has to go in certain increments. So you still can kind of get knocked out of the box if you go to a limited court and someone shows up and gives a higher price. So to me, that's kind of like a court auction. And that's just the best way to think about it. So when you are putting an offer in on a trust, the first thing that you want to ask your agent is, do they know if it's a limited or if it is a full? That'll be very important information for you to know. The next type of sale that you're going to see is HUD. HUD. Now, I know that you used to stay up at night sometimes and you'd watch those infomercials, and they said that they would send you a special list of HUDs that they can give to you for $1. Well, let me tell you something. Don't send any dollars anywhere. Go grab you another cup of coffee. And by the way, let's have another sip, because this is a lot of information. Okay. I want you to know that you can always reach out to me with any questions that you have. I'm pretty easy to find. If you type, Miss Gypsy, coffee, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but hey, any time of day is good for coffee, especially if it's a latte. Starbucks didn't get my money this time, though. I made this at home. Okay, so I want you to know that if you have any questions on this, you always can reach out to me. There are different laws in different states. I'm based out of Los Angeles, California, but if I can't answer the question, then I can help you find someone in your area that will get these answers for you, okay? So let's get back to HUDs. HUDs are also foreclosures. There is no special list. There is a great website that you can go to just to see all HUDs, and that is www.hudhomestore.com. Now, if you go to that website, you can look at all of the HUD listings in the United States of America. So there's nothing special about it. And they also list them on the MLS. So it's not like you're missing out on these homes. These homes are being marketed just like any other homes in any state. The cool thing about HUDs, and I've sold a lot of HUDs, is that HUD really likes to sell to people who are homeowners, and especially first-time homeowners. So most of your HUD properties will go FHA, which is a government loan. And a lot of them will also go FHA 203K, which we lovingly call the rehab loan. But that'll be another topic for another day, okay? But just know that HUD homes are a good way to get into a home if you are a FHA buyer, because you are already kind of limited when you're buying FHA, because not all homes and condos qualify for FHA, okay? So that's government home. Now, within that program of HUD, there is a program called the Good Neighbor Next Door. Good Neighbor Next Door are only properties that are listed for teachers, firefighters, law enforcement, and EMT. I am going to do a broadcast on that in the near future, so please save me to your favorites and you'll learn more about this program. The short of it is this. If you work in those fields and you qualify for the criteria of those fields, you can get a home half price. So if a property is listed at $250,000 and you live in it for 3 years, at the end of 3 years, you get it for $125,000. And you can sell it at that time, you can lease it, you can deed it, you could do whatever you want to because it will be your home for half the price. Isn't that amazing? It's freaking amazing. I've closed several of these in my career and it is very much worth it. Hi, direct mail. So let's talk about the last one that we're going to talk about today. And you see a lot of these in California. You're going to see rehabbed homes, which we lovingly call fix and flips. Now, of course, we can't really move forward in our market without these. I like to call these the, no, I won't say that. Well, we have to have investors in order to get where we need to get because there are a lot of FHA buyers that can't buy a home that needs to be fixed up in the condition that it is in. Okay, so it has to be in a certain condition to have to fit your loan. I always tell my students, your loan has to fit the home and vice versa. So these fix and flips can be great for first-time buyers. But if you're using an FHA loan, it has to meet the guidelines for the fix and flip rules, which generally means the person who owns it and is flipping it must own it for 90 days before he can put it on the market for FHA buyers. Now, he could put it on the market sooner than that. However, mostly conventional and cash buyers will be the ones that can qualify for that. So, I hope that you learned a lot in this scope. These are the most important types that you're going to see when you're looking for a home. And it's really important to know what each one offers you. And as you can see, short sales can take a very long time. So you could decide on if you even want to look at short sales. So I hope today's topic helped you. Please share it. Please give me some hearts. I'm loving the little yellow hearts. Yay. Thank you. And we will talk about some really great things in the future. I do hope you follow me. Please find me on Instagram at Realty Goddess 1. I'm also on, obviously, Periscope and Twitter. If you type in Realty Goddess in Google, you're going to find me. There's only one Realty Goddess. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your day. Have a good one. Bye.